Hello and welcome to a fresh episode of Research Plus Practice. These are unprecedented times, something many of us haven't experienced in past, and we do hope that we don't get to see this ever again. Human species is a very resilient species and we will bounce out of this adversary as well with flying colors. Now, if you have been following COVID-19 story, you would have heard WHO and federal governments suggesting and pleading to practice social distancing. It's a very difficult time for businesses and people alike. You might like to suggest that businesses should shut down, but these very businesses would churn out the medicines, the food, the dairy products, which are critical for us to feed the masses and fight against this menace. So both needs to go hand in hand, and it is here where some of the proactive organizations, some of the leading organizations have turned to virtual teams and work from home practices. So when Shashwat and I were wondering what to share with you at this hour, we thought let us come to you with some best practices of setting up virtual teams and managing virtual teams. So today we bank on work of Stacie Furst and her colleagues, a paper they wrote in 2004 in Academy of Management Executive, where they discuss managing virtual teams lifecycle. So in this video, we look at how do teams evolve and what can management do to ensure that these virtual teams perform effectively and efficiently.
Now, observe any organization. It's largely about organizing individuals and resources to perform coordinated activities. In fact, a key differentiating factor across organizations is their ability to effectively and efficiently coordinate these activities. Teams are one of the basic unit of performing tasks in any organization. Now, getting individuals to work as a team is not a simple task. In fact, one of the perspectives on organizations suggests that organizations are nothing but coalition of interests. So from getting individuals to work as team, it is a 4 distinct step process, and this comes to us from work of Tuckman, who argued that there are 4 distinct stages of team development, which is forming, storming, norming and performing. Now the first stage is the forming stage. This is typically when people get to be introduced to each other, they get to know who the members are who will be working in the project. It's an early phase when everybody is nice to each other, and this is largely the forming stage of team. Then comes the storming stage. As people start working, there are bound to be difference of opinions, conflicting ideas, different biases, which leads to infighting, sometimes conflicts, and this is a stormy affair in the phase of team development. Then comes the norming. Once the cards are all out on table, team members get together to set up norms, processes and protocols so that they can coordinate their activities, and compromises are made, solutions are found as to how they'll go about doing their work. And then finally is the performing stage. Once the norms have been set, now the team is set to actually go forward and achieve their objective. The experience of virtual teams will not be any different. In this video, we are trying to understand that what managerial interventions can be made at different stages of this team development for virtual teams. We bank on work of Stacie Furst and her colleagues who came out with a paper in 2004 on managing life cycle of virtual teams. Now in the first stage, which is the forming stage, as managers and leaders, you can help virtual teams by setting up very important realistic targets. Additionally, if you can help them build shared understanding and sense of team identity along with a clear mission, almost half your task is done. If you can supplement this with a team coach or a mentor in their early stages, the teams are good to go. In the second stage, which is the storming stage, this is typically where you have conflicts or infightings in the team, and so as managers and leaders, if you can have face-to-face team building sessions or conflict resolution training, it would go a long way in helping teams coordinate their activities. Do refer to our last video where we talked about Mary Parker Follett's work on conflict management, and you'll find some interesting answers for this stage. The next stage is a norming stage. Once the conflicts are addressed, you can now help the team by helping them define task boundaries and timelines, helping them create customized templates and team charters for coordination, helping them set individual accountabilities and completion dates and schedules, and even protocols for information sharing. Again, assigning a team coach with skills for managing virtually can be a real winner in this case. Finally, when it comes to the performing stage, in this stage, it's all about supporting the teams from the organizational and the departmental level. The first three stages are largely to do with individuals and how they are coordinating their activities within the team. By the norming stage, the teams are set to perform, and in this stage, which is the performing stage, you can help them by providing them with organizational support and resources to go ahead with their activities.
Virtual teams, I'm sure you would have picked up some good insights and thoughts as to how to go about to do that. In fact, if you are planning to set up virtual teams, they would typically follow the same process of forming, storming, norming, and performing. And if they go through the same stages, Stacie, Furst, and her colleagues' work tells us that there are very key distinct points and practices that we can implement at different stages to improve team's effectiveness and efficiency. So 3 things that I would like to leave you with in today's video. One, of course, is that identify at which stage your teams are. They would be at one of these 4 stages, and develop interventions and practices that can support them best. Point number 2 is coming from my own personal experience. If you want to still declutter and want to get going with virtual teams ASAP, then at least these 2 practices are critical. 1, make a to-do list. Make a to-do list, distribute the tasks into small bites, and cut down the tasks into small bites and distribute it across the teams so that they are manageable and can be tracked. And second, set up anchor points. Anchor points are nothing but meetings, maybe 10 minutes meeting in a day or twice a day, which ensure that all are in the same space and all are working in the same direction. Actually, to-do list and anchor points are just to quickly start your journey on virtual teams. You would still go through the same stages. And my third takeaway is this time shall pass and we would come out on the other side. But I'm very sure that organizations which are able to master and perfect their skill of virtual teams would benefit even further once they are on the other side, because they would have unlocked or they would have created a potential within their organization to work virtually and to integrate ideas from outside. So difficult times, but I'm sure these are wonderful learning opportunities for us. So I would stop here. Shashwat and I wish you all the best and good health. Do take care of yourself, and we would like to hear from you if there are any other things that you are finding in your workplace that we can help you with from theories or from practice perspective. And till next time, stay safe, goodbye and good luck.